Welcome back, guys, to our second edition of BACW's Live and Real Part 2. Former Ring of Honor star Jay Fury is coming to BACW.
Jay Fury, and the list goes on. The people he has faced, big names. He's faced the likes of Samoa Joe. He's faced Daniel Bryan. He's faced Davey Richards. The list goes on. Just like I said, he's coming to BACW, and we're pretty freaking excited. The guy is very, very talented. I mean, I really don't even have to say that. You can see that for yourself. Key the guy in. You can buy his DVDs. Go to highspots.com. Key his name, and you're gonna find all kind of merchandise on Jay Fury. He's been featured on several DVDs, not just Ring of Honor, but also TNA, Full Impact Pro. I mean, the list goes on.
Wow.
Man.
So, in 2012, we have Fred Yehi versus Jay Fury. Tell me how that's gonna play out.
Whew, wow, definitely hands down, that's going to be a challenge. That is going to be a challenge, that is going to be a test, and I'm definitely up for it. Jay Fury, he is a guy who brings it in the ring, and every time he steps in the ring. He's a veteran. He's been doing this for over 10 years, from my understanding. He's still actively wrestling here in Atlanta at Platinum Championship Wrestling, and he is the main star in Platinum Championship Wrestling, and he's at the level right now that you don't have to put a title on that guy for him to be the main star. He can hold his own just like that. It's not just a matter of just his name, but it's also his work in the ring and his work ethic. The guy trains very, very hard, and it is a privilege to have Jay Fury to be a part of BACW.
Wow.
So yeah, it is a real privilege to have him. It's a part of it. I look forward to stepping in the ring with him.
I mean,
Very familiar.
I am looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Big time.
And he chops very hard.
Because we have the best underground wrestler, Fred Yehi,
Oh, really?
versus Jay Fury, the ROH star, TNA star, me in the ring. Like, this match right here means so much to underground wrestling in general. To see the best underground wrestler, Fred Yehi, to see if he can compete. I know he can compete, but for everybody else to see if he can compete on the next level.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's gonna be really, really huge for our channel, and I really do look forward for the challenge. I look forward for the test, and I'm gonna meet him there. I'm gonna meet him there toe to toe, right there in that ring, and hey, we gonna do the thing.
We promise that match is coming soon.
So you're up for the challenge?
I'm up for the challenge, and I believe there's gonna be more black people there watching than at a Wayans Brothers picnic barbecue.
Wow.
So yeah.
Let me ask you a question on this, Fred. This is a big deal to me. This is a big deal to me. Do you, in your heart of hearts, do you think that you can go toe to toe with Jay Fury?
Of course. I really do believe that I can go toe to toe with Jay Fury, and I hope that people don't take this as words of just arrogance or anything, or just me just being way over and over my head. But I've done a lot of hard things in my life. I mean, collegiate wrestling, that was a very, very difficult thing. Even just some of the things, just like, you know, as far as upbringing, some of the stuff I had to deal with, I mean, that was a difficult thing as well. So this contest with Jay Fury, even though I will be battle tested, but I really do look forward to it. I'm going to approach it just like I approached any other challenge, and then some more. So again, I look forward to it.
Is your psyche different on this?
My psyche different?
You beat other big underground wrestling stars as Tyler Jet, you know, the California Kid. Is going into this match any different as far as psyche-wise?
To tell you the truth, when I faced these other underground wrestlers, I took on the same mindset as if I was facing someone who was higher up, because when I faced those guys, I had the mindset of, I'm not gonna mess up. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna tear the house down. Okay. And so I never belittled my psyche. I never underestimated. I never took a moment for granted. You know, every time I step out there in that ring, you know, I'm out there to perform. I'm out there to give it my all. whether I'm in the ring against an underground guy, whether I'm in the ring against someone who's well accomplished. So my psyche has always been at that level even before I even faced off against Jay Fury. But once again, I really do look forward to it, and it's going to be an honor,
I think you can do it.
Honor and a privilege facing Jay Fury.
Well, very well spoken, Fred. And that's something that's going to be very, very anticipated. Actually, something more common ground, a battle and a match to take place between BACW's own Fred Yehi and TMB. What do you guys think about that? Well,
there's a lot of history, in this very title right here. If you don't mind, if I can sit up here for the stay. There's a lot of history behind this right here that goes all the way, that dates all the way back to, I want to say, 2002. TMB and myself were even D-Money back then. Bam Bam, back then. Wow. I'm going to touch on Bam Bam. But we were, somewhat the, you could say we were the founding fathers of BACW, and if it wasn't for what happened back in 2002, we wouldn't be having this live and real second edition right now. We competed in the first matchup, and I remember we used to beat the heck out of his mom and dad's yard. We used to beat the heck out of each other. And we had other kids, our age, who were teenagers, used to come back there in the yard on that trampoline, and we would just beat the heck out of each other. Not too many people could hang, but there's a lot of history, and this is a very, very important matchup, and I'm really, really looking forward to having. And it is a real treat that we get to put this match on for each and every last one of you.
Yeah, because I remember seeing some of the matches, and they were very intense. Very intense to be on the trampoline.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. The fact that we at this point now, and you go back to 2002, I mean, you had the first ever BACW match, which I won, by the way.
Nice studded in there.
Yeah, but I mean, this match is gonna really come down to the wire, because back then it was a tough match, and I'm pretty sure now it's gonna be a tough match.
I agree.
It always been competitive between me and Fred, going from wrestling in the backyard to either four-style wrestling in high school, and I just think this was gonna be a big test, for both of us.
I agree. So we heard a lot about the history, so the main and the big question is, who's gonna win the match?
Well, I would like to say that history could play a factor in it, but
history will repeat itself again.
Well, if history repeats itself, then I know I have a strong chance of winning because I've beaten you on more than one occasion.
But who won the last match between me and you, Fred?
Who won the last match? You won. But who won the match before that? I won.
But I won the last match.
But I won the match before that.
It doesn't matter. I figure out how to beat you.
But I beat a guy that you never beat.
What was that?
Ryan North.
Wow, it's almost like a toss-up on a quarter.
It's not necessarily a toss-up because the wrestling styles are completely different. Ryan North's style is completely different from mine. See, everybody you face, Tyler Jet, Ryan North, the California kid, they don't know how to wrestle like I do. The ground game you play, and your technique and your schemes doesn't work against me because I know how to reverse those things. It don't play a factor, and you know that. You know they don't play a factor in this match, Fred.
But here's the thing that you're missing here. Do you know why you didn't beat Ryan North? Do you know why you didn't beat Ryan North? Despite all your amateur wrestling background, despite the fact that you can ground him and everything else, do you know why you didn't beat Ryan North? It's because there's something I did. I was able to figure out Ryan North, and that's something that you weren't able to do. You couldn't figure out Ryan North. But I was able to figure out Ryan North.
But this is what I am able to figure out. Ryan North was a new opponent for me. Granted, okay? I've been wrestling you since 2002.
Wow, that's 10 years.
Of figuring out Fred Yehi. Now, do you think after strategizing for 10 years, I'm not gonna figure out a way to beat you, Fred. And that's what happened in our last encounter of me studying film. The same way you lost to C.J. Lennon, I beat you the exact same way off of studying film. It's not too hard, and on top of that, personal experience.
Okay, but okay. I wrestled Ryan North 3 times.
Okay.
So you had plenty of time to study film Ryan North 3 times. Since you studied me, right? You've studied me for 10 years.
Right.
But you still didn't beat Ryan North, and you had time after time after time in facing Ryan North, right?
Okay.
Am I right? So, but even to add on to that, if I was able to figure out Ryan North in 3 matches, which you weren't able to do when you got a chance to watch him 3 times, and then you wrestled him 3 times, because Strong Style Symphony counts as well. Nobody won, but you didn't win.
Okay.
Okay, so if I was able to figure him out in 3 matches, well, really, only after 1 match because I beat him in the next 2, then what makes you think? Can you just imagine how I'm going to figure you out, and how I'm so battle tested and ready for you after studying you for 10 years? You're not the only one who figures people out, bro. You're not the only one.
It's not about figuring me out. It's about that one time, just like the last match. You had me figure out that last match. It's about that one mistake that you're gonna make in that match, was gonna cause you to lose, just like last time. It will happen again. I promise you that.
Well, let me let you know this: there won't be a mistake. There won't be a mistake to make, and I really do look forward to beating you.
It's not.
No love lost,
Fred. It's not necessarily a mistake that you're gonna make. It's a pattern that you're gonna show.
Oh.
And once I figure out that pattern, which I may add, I already know that pattern, you're gonna lose the match. And the thing is, I'm strong enough, I'm fast enough, and I'm technical enough to beat you. Those things that Ryan North, Tyler Jett, Joey Justice can overcome, I can't.
Well, you know what? Here's the fact. Here's the fact right here. We can sit here. We can talk about this all night. We can talk about this all throughout BACW Live and Real Second Edition. And to be honest, I'm just so tired of talking. I just want to have this match. I want to beat you, and I want to show you that the main thing is that I got you figured out. And you are a great technical wrestler. You have all the accolades as a folk style wrestler. High school and college both. I have notches on my gun too. Maybe not as many accolades as you do, but I have notches on my guns too. But like I said, the match is gonna happen. I got you figured out. And there's a reason why I've held this title right here for nearly 2 years. And I'm gonna get past the 2-year mark. And I'm gonna beat you.
Wow.
No, and we're not gonna end it there.
Okay.
Just because of the simple fact that you like getting the last word. that was proven and that was shown at the series between us versus KWA. And I think you owe me an apology for the way you disrespected me in front of the BACW fans and on camera. Right now, you owe me an apology, Fred Yehai, for the way you disrespected me in front of the BACW fans. When you've been gone for, I don't know, how many months he was gone? For 8 months, for almost a year, and I carried BACW on my back. You came back and you disrespected me, and for that only, right there, Fred Yehai, you're going down in this next match.
So you say I owe you an apology?
You owe me an apology.
I mean,
you owe me an apology.
And you say I love
Our BACW turned its back on BACW and its fans by going to the Navy, Army, Air Force to do whatever, and when you come back, you disrespected the guy that carried BACW on his back. That's what you do, Fred Yehai?
No. You see, you.
This is more. No, this is more. This is more than about history and about wrestling. This is personal. This is very, 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 very personal.
And I wouldn't want to have it any other way.
It's very personal.
Okay, well, as personal as it gets, I think it's best to say we should just take it out on the match. And with all that passion and intensity up to come, we'll just see how it's going to turn out, guys.
Yeah. We are going to wrestle.
It's personal.
You're right. It is personal, and we are going to wrestle.
All right. Personal as it gets, like I said. This has been our second edition of BACW Live and Real. Thank you all for joining us, and have a great day.